Hello and welcome to episode, I think we are on 12 right now, of our Feed the Beast for the Infinity. That's the one. Let's play. And we just got back from the Nether, and we just shit ourselves so many times that there is just, I don't want to talk about it really. But we came back with some goodies that I wouldn't say was worth going to get, but no, we came back with some good stuff. So I'm actually going to shove this in here. I'm going to make some nether quartz blocks for our Tinker's tools. I'm gonna pop you there, you there, you there. Did I scan this? I did scan this. I'm in scan all the things mode. As soon as I get something new, I'm like, I must scan. But that feather aspect isn't easy to come by. So I'm pretty sure the chest has something on it, yeah. The only thing it doesn't is this sensor table for some unknown reason. That is the only one. Anyway, look at that, a molten manalium. And actually, that's going to be enough for both our sword and our pickaxe. Would have been nice to get some more cobble though, to get some more extra, but this is actually all we need. Because the rest of our tools aren't actually going to be made with manalium. Because there are some other options we can use. So we look in here. Paper gives you +1 modifier, so I'm tempted to go with a binding and a tool rod of paper for my pickaxe, just so I can get as many modifiers as possible. Because the binding will give you an effect, so reinforced 3, stone band, reinforced 2, slimy, which I'm not actually sure what slimy does, but the binding isn't really that good. It's not good, it's just not that useful. I prefer to have a paper modifier, a paper tool binding, and get an extra modifier. So I'm definitely going for that. And then with the tool rod, it gives you the handle modifier, so it basically tells you how many times. So this pickaxe head will have a, say, 1200 durability. So if I put a wood handle on it, it would keep its 1200 durability. But if I put an iron on it, it would get 1.3 times 1200, which I'm not going to even attempt to do on my head. I'm going to estimate at 1600, but so that just adds durability, which I don't really care about, because I'm going to put on some moss, which gives it auto repair. So it slowly repairs itself and repairs itself even faster in the sun. But for that I need some mossy cobblestone, and I think I have a cheaty way of getting this. Because moss is made from either moss stone or moss cobblestone, and moss stone can be made with moss blah 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 chisel. Chisel. If anybody doesn't know what chisel mod is, then it basically makes blocks look pretty. We have to find the chisel, the right chisel. The chisel from chisel. This is the chisel we're after, that chisel there. Thought it was that. It basically makes you turn blocks into pretty blocks. So if I do this and drop some cobblestone in there, I can turn cobblestone into all these fancy different blocks. Well, not for free. It does use some durability, but not much at all. So you can turn stone. This is quite cheatsy. You can turn stone into oh my god. you can turn stone into stone bricks, obviously, and then with stone bricks in chisel, you can turn them straight into mossy ones without even having to find either a dungeon or a stronghold. So cheatsy doodles all the way. I just opened a can of Coke. Sorry if that was really, really loud. Num num num. So cheatsy doodles all the way. It's not cheating if it's in the pack and intended to, I don't know. Well, it's probably not intended to work like this. But that's the pickaxe done. We need a paper tool rod and a paper. We have that on us. So we go into our pattern thing. One paper should be able to get us a tool binding, and another bit of paper should be able to get us a tool rod, wherever that should be. There. So this is. We'll make this now quickly. So pickaxe, tool rod, binding. So you got 5 modifiers. A lot of them are going to be redstone. I'll give you that now. See, the paper, the handle gives you like a times 0.3 modifier on the durability. So that 1,200 has gone straight down to 360. But with some moss on there, that should be just fine. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to go exactly the same with my sword, just for the pure fact that more modifiers is better. Where's my wide guard? There it is. And you can add even more modifiers on after these modifiers. They're just quite costly. So 5 modifiers, 4 hearts of damage, which will be drastically increased in a second. But yeah, you can actually add more modifiers on with diamonds and gold. Does it tell you in the end of here? It probably does if we do a little bit of scrolling. So these are all the modifiers you can add. So we're going to add sharpness to our sword, we're going to add luck to our pickaxe. Silk touch I will add at some point. You can add reinforcement if you want, knockback, beheading. Beheading we're going to add for a special tool called the cleaver, which basically gives you a huge chance of dropping heads of the mods you kill, especially for wither skeletons and then withers obviously. You can add smite, you can add flux, which means you can recharge your tools rather than repair them, but we're not really fussed about that. Here we go. So for a single extra modifier, you can do a diamond and a block of gold. For another one, you can do a OP gold apple and a block of diamond. And for a last modifier, you can attach a nether star, and then this is just for creative. So you can add a total of 3 more modifiers basically, which means technically our tools can have 8 modifiers each by the end of it, which is going to make them oh so OP. And I didn't make enough stone. Poop. That was silly of me. Do we have sticks? We have sticks. So get out of here. We are going to put moss on the pickaxe. We didn't find any lapis anywhere whatsoever, which is... I need more than that. I need 3. Because I need to make... yeah. I'm not with it today. Like, at all. Have another sip of the Coke there. Right. Ooh, pretty red night. I believe... no, we can't scan that. Can we scan you? Sorry if you can hear, like, the aeroplane that's flying over my house. I don't know why you would want to fly an aeroplane over my house, but we're going to see through the night. What I really want is one bit of lapis, just so I can sort of reserve an upgrade for the lapis, so I don't accidentally go ham with the redstone, which makes you mine faster if you didn't know. But I'm just going to have to be really quite careful, which is a challenge for someone like me. So, right, here we go. This is where shit gets serious. So we've got our auto repair. Now, we have 4 modifiers. and each of this takes up to 72, so we have to do a little bit of this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So now that is 3 modifiers and 1 set of quartz, which has boosted our thing by a shit ton. So we're going to do another one of those if we have enough quartz. This is why I said I needed a ton of quartz, because we are not going to have enough quartz. So we don't need a crafting table, we can just whack it in here. Actually, we're going to have just enough quartz to do a second... We are. So that now boosts us up to 7.5 hearts of damage. Whoo! Okay, redstone. We are low on redstone. Fairly low on redstone. So that was awful. You do that. That. Actually, we need 5. Do we need 5? I forget. So this we're going to add redstone. Yeah, it's 5. So 1 redstone block gives you 9. So if you do 1 block on 1 piece, it gives you 10. So you can do this in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. So that's 1 lot of redstone. So that mining speed went from... I thought it started at 9, but I can't believe it would go 9 to 13. Actually, it could quite possibly go 9 to 13. So that's that. I would add more modifiers on, but we are very short on gold. That's the only thing that's holding us back right now. There's the gold. Which isn't a problem. We can go on a little mining trip. That's fine. I'm just dropping off some stuff. That's not meant to go in there. That can go in here. So can that. The book can go back outside. So on both these tools I am going to add lapis for luck, which is going to drop them down another modifier. But be worth it in the end, because luck is lucky. So I'm thinking it might be time to go on another mining trip. I'm just going to completely clear my inventory out there, because I don't need that all that. The paper can go in the Thorncraft one, because that's what that's used for. That is all we need. I'm just going to take my scanner just to scan the things that I need to scan. I am going to make some more bread. Just because you can never have enough bread. Oh, I forgot we had that recipe. You can turn wheat straight into bread on a 1-to-1 ratio rather than 3-to-1. I did completely forget that. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. I think we are good to go. Well, we'll take this anyway, just in case. We've been going that way a lot, so I'm going to head off in this direction. See what pretty things we have this way. Like, this looks quite interesting. We have some sheeps, which I don't believe we scanned yet. No. And there's an aura node over here, so that's... If the sheep could just move. See, that's a really nice aura node. I might have to waypoint this. Nice aura node with a little happy face, because that's got 4 out of the 6 aspects on, and it's got a fairly decent amount of them as well. So that's going to be useful for when we really get into Thorncraft and start moving nodes around, making a master node, as it were. Jump. Ow. Okay, that jump was awful. I'll climb up here. But yeah, for when we make our master node to power all the things and the things and the stuff, that'll be very, very nice. We're looking for a cave. And I just see cows. Keep your eyes peeled. When we find the cave, I'm probably going to end this episode off though. Just because dem render times. I actually tried to overclock my process. Mr. Pig, you're dying for the hat. We actually aren't wearing a hat. This is a problem. And now that's no longer a problem. Mr. Pig Hat, you are my hat. Until I find something better, which... Hello, village. Ah, we might not in this episode in a cave. We might end it off in a village. What is... Ah! Oh, what? Okay, I'm ending this episode off here, because I've just seen something. Like the episode if you enjoyed, subscribe to never miss an episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.